Hey guys, so I'm here with another video, and I know it's kind of like out of timeline because it's not Thursday, it's a Sunday, but I saw these books sitting stacked up over there. I decided I want to do this before I left for Spain because there's a lot of books and I just want to get it over with and not have to worry about this when I get back. Also, it's like a super good day because my makeup game is improving in my life since 8th grade, when I decided it was socially acceptable to wear neon green eyeshadow that matched my shirt. We don't really talk about 8th grade anymore. And then also I got these hella cute boots that I wear like all the freaking time now. And also my favorite band of like all time that I know I have talked about endlessly on this channel. The Maine just released their first single off of their new album. And it comes out in April, and I'm like not okay, but that's okay. And I'm just in a super good mood because I leave for Spain in 2 days, and I have yet to pack, which I probably should like really do after I film this video. But anyways, so I have a book haul for you guys. So this book haul is like a long time coming. It's been a really long time since I've done one, and this is not all the books I have bought since then. This is just the books like more recently that I kind of remember. So this is probably from like a little before Christmas to now. Like as in like 2 days ago was the last time I went book shopping. So I've got a shit ton of books here, and also I have a few like non-book related things that I'm going to show to you as well. So let's jump into this. Starting off this book haul, I have Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard Book 1, The Sword of Summer by Rick Riordan. For those of you who do not know, this series is a companion trilogy to Percy Jackson. It takes place in the same world, yet it deals with Norse mythology, so we're talking Vikings, man. So we've got Odin, and we've got Thor, and we've got Loki, and like all those peeps. And we follow our main character, Magnus Chase, as he dies and becomes a warrior of Odin and Enharyi. I still don't know how to say the word, and it's even like spelled out in pronunciation in here too. And so we follow him as he discovers the world of the Norse gods and tries to save the world from being destroyed, and you know, it's just full of action-packedness and sassy characters. And let me just tell you, like, this series is like so good. Like, I am like almost love it as much as Percy Jackson. Not quite, but it's like way up there. And I actually have already read this book. Next, this was like Christmas week, because we always do last minute Christmas shopping because I blame it on my family. Like, it's like genetic that we are procrastinators, which is why I still haven't packed for my trip. And I have to pack for 6 months, and it's 2 days before I fly out and I still haven't done it, but you know, it's whatevs. We were shopping, and we had our foreign exchange student with us, and like her and her friend were still shopping, and my sister and I were like, we're done, we're gonna go sit at Barnes & Noble's. And we did, and then I bought a book. And there I picked up Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. This is a standalone fantasy novel, and this centers around this city of the gods called Elantris. And they pick certain people and they give them these special looks. I think they have like white blonde hair, and they're very good looking. And you just randomly wake up looking like this one day, and then they allow you into the city. And that was 10 years ago though, and now there is a disease that has taken over, and anybody who used to be considered a gift and had those woke up looking like that, they now have like these dark black spotches, and they are enclosed in the city by all the people around them because nobody wants to be caught with what they have. And basically it's a fight to the death in there, and you're just trying to survive, and your mind's going crazy. And we follow our main character, a prince of the neighboring kingdom, and he suddenly wakes up with this disease and he gets thrown inside, and I guess it's kind of a story of like trying to figure out what is going on in there. I read like probably the first 25 pages, and let me tell you, I was hooked. Next, I ordered 2 books off of Amazon, and those are going to be Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard Book 2, The Hammer of Thor by Rick Riordan, and Volume 6 of Saga by Fiona Staples and Brendan K. Vaughan. I actually have read both of these. I originally went on Amazon to buy this because I was like, if I don't get it for Christmas, I have to buy it because I gotta know what happens. And oh my god, like, definitely, like, this book, like, so far, out of the only 2 that are out, like, number 2 is my fave. Like, a certain character we meet, oh my god, like, I love them so much. And then I was like, is Volume 6 out? And then I saw Volume 6 was out, so I was like, I need Volume 6. So I bought it, and I read it. And I actually have a book talk about 1 and 2 combined that will be up eventually. So I will link it down below when I upload it, so you can go watch it if you want. Proceeding buying books on Amazon. I have been going to Barnes & Noble like crazy the last like 2 weeks because I've been stuck in my house and I can't do it anymore. All my friends are in school and like my parents are at work and my sister's at school and I just can't deal with being alone anymore. So I go to Barnes & Noble's and I sit there for like ever and just like read and like write, and it's amazing. Definitely gonna be a new writing spot for me for like ever. So I've been going a lot and I have issues when I go into bookstores. I can't not buy a book. So I got a shit ton of books to show you guys. I first originally went into Barnes & Noble one day because my mom, she's so sweet. She got me the rest of the Mistborn series to take with me to Spain, and she actually ordered 2 of one of the books. So I had to go in and exchange it for a different book. So that was the original reason I went in. And on this trip, I got 2 books. The first book I picked up was Broken Flowers by R.M. Drake. And he is a poet and he writes a bunch of poetry. And I actually read Beautiful Chaos last year and absolutely loved it. And let me tell you, I am not really a poetry person, but I just like, I connect so much with his poetry. So I decided I wanted to pick up a book of his, another poetry book, and just read through it, and it's like gorgeous. Like, can we just like look at this? Like, and the second book I picked up is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. This, I don't quite remember what it's about. It was a really long time ago that I was like, oh my god, I want to read that, and then I finally got around buying it, and I believe it deals with a kid, a high schooler who is named Simon, obviously, and he is gay, but he's not quite out, and I think it may be a coming out story, but I've heard amazing things about this book. Everybody loves it, everybody loves the character, and it's really funny, and so that's why I picked it up, because funny books are the best. In that same day of going to that Barnes & Noble's, I also made a trip to Target, because I was in search of a very specific thing, and then I found myself in the book section, and that is never a good idea. But there, I picked up 2 books. The first book I picked up is Hotel Valhalla, Guide to the Norse Gods, Your Introduction to Deities, Mythical Beings, and Fantastic Creatures by Rick Riordan. This is a companion novel to it. It's not like any novellas or anything, but it explains more of the Norse mythology and the creatures and the characters they are introduced to. And I believe they actually get this like in the book when they track into Hotel Valhalla. So since I really don't know much about Norse mythology besides what I've kind of learned in Magnus Chase, I decided it was probably a really good thing to pick up and expand my knowledge. And the second book I picked up is Survive the Night by Daniela Vega. This is, I don't know if it's a horror movie or a horror novel, but I feel like it's a thriller, but it might be horror because there are other novels. The Merciless, which is about a cult, which I actually own the first book of and plan to read eventually, is a horror novel-esque thing. This centers around a girl and her group of friends that go to an underground rave in New York, and I believe something happens, and it sounded really interesting, and I kind of love this, because, like, I don't know if you can tell, but this is sparkly, and it's so pretty. And also, in that exact same day, I went to Half Price Books, because I love used bookstores. I don't know if people talk about this enough, but I absolutely loved used bookstores. I love having books that somebody else has used. They may be a little beat up, but that's okay. They're cheaper, and then they also have more character because somebody else has loved them, and now I get to love them. So there, I picked up 4 books. 2 of them I have already read, so it's okay. The first book I picked up is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Book 2, Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. I have already read this, obviously. I I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but I have Percy Jackson. I have the complete first series in paperback, except for the last book. I actually have it in hardcover because I got it right after it came out. And I've decided I want to have all of my Percy Jackson in hardcover because all the rest of my books, like from the second series and Magnus Chase and Trials of Apollo, are all hardcover. And so I want them to all be nice, pretty hardcovers. And I want the original editions. And now I am almost complete. All I need is Lightning Thief in hardcover, which I haven't been able to find quite yet. And then I think I'm going to have to replace The Last Olympian because I lost the dress jacket to like forever ago. Next, I picked up Seizure by Kathy Reaches. This is the second book in the Viral series. I actually read the first book a couple of years ago. This book centers around a group of friends whose parents work in a secret laboratory island for some high-tech company, and they're doing experiments on wolf pups from the island they probably shouldn't be doing, and the kids break in and save the wolf, and then they begin to change, and now people are after them. And let me just tell you, like, the first book was like super good, so I plan on actually like restarting this series at some point because I gotta know what happens. Book number 3 that I picked up was City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. I also own the Motor Instruments in paperback, and they're really ugly. They're like little short paperbacks, and they have like, it's not a sticker, but it's like imprinted on the cover, and it was like right after they came out with the movie, and now it says like, let me see, I'll just show you. Look at that ugliness right there in the middle of the cover. And it's not a sticker. It's not a sticker. Like, it's a part of the cover. I've slowly been going to Half Price Books and looking for the hardcover editions. Now that I have this one, the only 2 left that I need in hardcover are City of Bones and City of Ashes are the only 2, and all the rest of my Shadowhunter books are actually hardcover, so now they all match. Alright, the last book I picked up there was Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. This is the final book in the Infernal Devices trilogy, and now I own them all and in beautiful hardback. So I saw somebody else talking about this on their channel, and I've kind of looked at it before too, and I've been like on the fence about getting it, but then they like made it sound like really good. I picked up Volume 1 of Deadly Class by Reagan Youth. And basically, we follow our main character who is accepted into this assassin school and follow him and his colleagues and all of the mischief they get up into. And I thought it sounded really awesome, so that's why I picked it up. Alright, so then my roommate was with me for the weekend before I left, and now I miss her so much already, and it's only been a few days, but it's okay. And we went to Barnes & Noble's because we have a problem too. The first book I picked up was Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. This takes place on the end of the world, the last day before the world explodes, and it's been prophesized like hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and now it's finally here, and it is this coming Saturday. And we follow an angel and a demon that have been living on Earth within the human population, and they are not very happy about the world ending, and so they're going to try to find a way to stop it. And one of the things that like really caught my attention about this book, like first off, right here on the very cover, blurred by Clive Baker, it says, "The apocalypse has never been funnier," and I just love funny books. And a funny book about the end of the apocalypse, why not? And then like the very last line about the description on the back, it says, "And someone seems to have misplaced the Antichrist." How do you misplace the Antichrist? I also picked up The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. This came out a while ago, and I've actually had my eye on it since it came out. This is interesting, and what caught my attention is it's so different from everything else that's out right now, especially in YA. We always are dealing with books that deal with the chosen one, or one with a special power, or, you know, there's always the chosen one. The one that's to save the world, that has the grand power, that is to overthrow the government. We always deal with that, and the most interesting thing that I find about this book is about the other characters. This book is about the characters in the background that aren't special, but they're still there. Like, I just want to read you the back of this book right now. It says, What if you weren't the chosen one? The one who's supposed to fight the zombies or the soul-eating ghost or whatever the heck this new thing is with the blue lights and the death? What if you're like Mikey, who just wants to graduate and go to prom and maybe finally work up the courage to ask Henna out before someone goes and blows up the high school again? Because sometimes there are problems bigger than this weekend's end of the world, and sometimes you just have to find the extraordinary in your ordinary life, even if your best friend is worshipped by mountain lions. That just sounds so freaking amazing and such a refreshing change from the chosen one trope that we see over and over and over in YA. So I'm like really excited to read this one. I also picked up Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. So this is another one of Brandon Sanderson's standalone fantasy novels, and that's why I bought it, because Brandon Sanderson is for now and ever, to the day I die, my go-to fantasy guy. I'm not really quite sure what this one is about, but there is a blurb on the back from Publishers Weekly, and it says, a powerful standalone tale of unpredictable loyalties, dark intrigue, and dangerous magic. Sanderson melds complex, believable characters, a marvelous world, and thoughtful, ironic humor into an extraordinary and high entertaining story. Dun dun dun! Next, I picked up Game Board of the Gods by Rochelle Mead. This deals with North America is now its own country. It is the United North America. And we follow our main character, Justin, who has been banished from the United North America for failing to do his job well enough as an investigator for religious groups and supernatural activity or claims. And then he is suddenly brought back to investigate these religious murders that are going on, and he's partnered with this like super soldier, and they are doing stuff with gods, and like it sounded really freaking epic. And the first one I have is Flower by Beth Craft and Shay Olson. We follow our main girl who is just trying to finish up high school with her good grades and get her scholarships and go off to college and get the hell out of her town. And then enter giant pop star sensation who goes to her high school and is trying to gain her attention, and then things just unravel from there. And I know it's really cheesy, it's a very cheesy trope of superstar and ordinary girl, and I just kind of need this in my life right now. Like, ever since I read Wanderlost by Jen Malone, all I've ever wanted is just like, I just want to read like cutesy little contemporaries that like maybe go on the inside, like while I'm reading them. Like, that's all I want in life. And I'm trying to branch out more into the contemporary genre and like not the depressing contemporary that I seem to always read. Next book I picked up is More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. I honestly really don't know what this is about, but I have heard a lot of people rave about this book and especially this author, and he actually just had a new book come out, or it hasn't come out yet, but everybody loves him, and so I decided why not pick it up, because I need more contemporary in my life. Next, I picked up Nearly Gone by Ellie Casamano, and this deals with a girl whose mom is an exotic dancer and has a strange obsession with personal ads in the newspaper. There is a string of killings of students from her school by some random serial killer, and the police are trying to figure it out. And then she notices one day he's leaving cryptic messages in the personal ad section of the newspaper, and then she begins to try to unravel it and figure out who it is, and she ends up confiding in her like biggest enemy and having him try to help her understand the case, and it sounded freaking amazing. Finally, the last book I picked up is The Lies We Tell Ourselves by Robin Talley. This is a contemporary novel. It is set in the 1960s during the civil rights movement. And I recently saw Hidden Figures, and that's just made me want to read this book even more. So we follow our main two characters, one being Sarah, who is an African-American girl, and she's the first African-American to start going to this high school that has just been recently desegregated. And then we also follow Linda, whose mother is a very big voice in the keeping the school segregated, and so I believe they may become friends, but it's like Linda like trying to overcome these thoughts that her mother has been putting in her head since she was little, and Sarah just trying to make it and, you know, it just sounded like really, really freaking good. Alright, so for the last book, I actually got this a couple days ago in the mail, and I decided I would just wait and unbag it for you here. Huh. That didn't work. What is this? That one worked a little better. Ta-da! Alright, so the book I have here is Reign of the Ghost by George Weisman. This book, I believe, deals with a girl who can talk to ghosts, maybe? I don't really remember. Now, the reason I bought this book off of Amazon is because, like, last year or so, I picked up an order from Book Outlet, and it had this book in it that sounded really good, so I ordered it, and then I fucking found out it was the second in a series, but it didn't say it on the website, or I wouldn't have bought it. So I had the second book, so I was like, well, I need the first book, and so I had it on my wish list in Amazon, and then Amazon was telling me there was only 2 copies left, and I was like, I don't think this is a book very high in demand, so I may never be able to get my hands on the first book, so I went ahead and ordered it. So that is it for the bookish part. Now this is the non-bookish section we're getting into. So first off, when I was at Barnes & Noble's, they now sell Pop Funkos, and I picked up Sailor Venus and Little Artemis. They came together because, I don't know if I've ever talked about this on my channel, but I am a huge Sailor Moon fan. I used to watch it on TV all the time when I was younger. My next thing, I got this for Christmas, and it's the 300 writing prompts. My mom got it for me for Christmas because I was like, you know, I really want this. I've been wanting it forever, and it just has, you know, 300 different little writing prompts to go along with it, and I'm definitely going to take it with me to Spain because just to help me like continue to keep writing. And I specifically wanted the writing prompt journal thing because I have a very hard time continuing to write. I always get writer's block or I get bored, and at least with these prompts there's not a lot to it. I mean, some of them are full pages, but some of them are only like half a page or not even half a page. So I just thought it would be a really good way to keep me writing, but not like writing so much that like I get bored or like get blocked. And this is the thing that I actually went to Target for. I went for a new notebook. I am very bad at keeping journals, but I used to write down all of my notes for my book talks, and then I stopped doing it, and then I realized it was really hard to recount things I wanted to talk about. So I went ahead and picked up this really cute little notebook. Look, it even says like notes on the cover, and it's got a cute little ribbon bookmark from Target. And so now I'm keeping my book notes in here for book talks and other stuff. So now I have it all in one place. Honestly, I may even keep tag videos in here so I can just have the questions on me. And then finally, I picked up this cute little journal at the Macy's Backstage thing that is new now, and it says, Go Your Own Way. I just really loved it because it's got a map and all this stuff, and I'm actually going to be using this while I'm in Spain just to keep everything jotted down about my experience and like try to keep it journaled because, I mean, I suck at journaling, but I mean, I might as well make an effort for this. And my favorite thing about this, really, besides that it's like a really nice like hardback and it's gorgeous on the front, on the inside, I don't know if you can read that, it has little quotes about traveling like throughout it. Like this one says, Adventure is not outside man, it is within, by George Eliot. Why not go out on a limb, that's where the fruit is, by Mark Twain. I am not the same, having seen the moon shine on the other side of the world, by Mary Ann Hadmaster. It feels good to be lost in the right direction, and it was just really cute, and it's all about travel, and so it's definitely like perfect for me to take with me. Alright, so that is it for this book haul. Let me know down below in the comments if you have read any of these books and what you think, if I should like definitely like put it at the very top of my TBR list to be read. Also, don't forget to give this video a giant thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos from me. Also, quick announcement, I recently made a vlog channel. Well, I didn't recently make it, I've had this channel forever, but I don't post videos on it. So I've decided I'm going to kind of turn it into a vlog channel, and I actually already have a vlog up. We took our foreign exchange student to the stock show a week or so ago, and I made a little video out of it. It's not that great because I've never really vlogged before, but I think it's pretty decent. It's only like 3 minutes long, And the song's really catchy. So if you want, it's linked down below if you guys want to go follow it. I believe that's where I'm going to start putting my vlogs while I'm in Spain. I will post my initial, like, I'm going to vlog, like, getting on the plane and then getting there and, like, getting set up and everything. I believe I will post that first video here on this channel as well, but it also will be on that other channel. So I think I'm just going to keep all my vlogs on that channel. So if you really want to keep up with me in Spain for vlogs, like, you should go follow that channel. Okay. That did not work. Oh my god. There's so many books. Oh, I'm dropping them all. Oh no, things are falling. Oh no, there's another one. Oh. I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.